So why is the stock market dropping today? Well, I'm not too sure if you guys heard the news. It's not even so much about the overall market, but Mara is down 9.8% after market hours after being down 2.3% yesterday. Not just Mara, but also Coin. Coin is down 7.47% after market, pre-market hours, and yesterday it was down 9.8%. This is the hardest pullback that we've seen on both Mara and Mara and Coinbase since they started their rally due to the pending approval of the spot ETF. Now, there's a report that came out today. It's not guaranteed, but I think this is what's causing a lot of negative market sentiment towards the spot ETF approval of Bitcoin. So the SEC chair, Gensler, is not embracing crypto in the US and might even be a very long shot to expect that he would vote for an approval of Bitcoin's spot ETF. So it goes into a little bit more detail, pretty much just reiterating the same thing, that an ETF would certainly enable crypto's overall to take off. And based off of Gensler's comment on December 2023, he sees the industry in need of more stringent compliance. So from a political perspective, there is no reason to approve a Bitcoin spot ETF that would legitimize Bitcoin as an alternative store of value. So all this is saying is, so many different reasons on why Bitcoin spot ETF is not going to get approved. Now, even myself, right, as I was shorting Coin because I saw Coin to be super overhyped and super overvalued. But I understood that if this spot Bitcoin ETF did get approved, people were talking about Coin being able to hit highs of 200 plus. And I would agree, right? Because an approval of that would be huge. But the things that people never take into consideration, and that's all this video is first off, I don't even have a short position on Coin right now. I don't carry my short positions overnight due to the uncontrollable amount of risk. But one thing I made from the very beginning when it was trading at highs of 187 is you cannot be surprised if it ends up getting rejected. And this is a perfect reason on why when something is overbought and everyone is just celebrating the approval and no one is talking about the rejection, that the rejection is almost more certain. And pullbacks like this should not come as a surprise when anything is seeking approval. We've seen it with FDA approvals. We've seen it with any type of approval that might send a stock to new highs. And things like this happen all the time, at least in my experience. And this is why I always try to play devil's advocate, is because I've been burned so many times that I don't always just seek, the possibility of it getting approved, because I know the reality, and most of the time they don't. Now again, I'm not saying that it's not going to get approved. I'm just saying that right now they are listing all the reasons why this spot Bitcoin ETF will most likely not get approved. Based off of this, so this huge pullback that we have recently seen, using the little trend line tool from overall highs to current pre-market lows, it's lost 22% of its value. Now, I haven't made 22%, as the 7.5% that it sold off today was not something that I was able to benefit from. But I've been taking my little piece of pie of that 22% as Coin has been selling off. I want to remind you, Coin, regardless if you go long, regardless if you go short, is a super risky stock. Same thing with Mara, because it's all contingent on the spot Bitcoin ETF. Now, if you're an absolute beginner, if you suck at managing risk, if you suck at locking in profits, these are probably stocks that you're going to want to stay away from. But they also can be very rewarding. As you guys have seen, the past 3 days have been absolutely insane. Yesterday, I had a $41,000 day. On Friday, I had a $60,000 day. And the day before that, I had a $30,000 day. Extreme volatility comes with great responsibility, and it's just a great reminder, right? I'm not here to try to shove it in anyone's face of like, aha, I told you so, Coin sold off. I don't benefit from that, as I don't have an open position. If I was so certain, then I would have carried that position, right? I just knew that it was a possibility because I've seen it in the past before. And that's all these videos are, is when you see someone continuously talk about how high something has to go, and you see an entire group talking about how much money everyone is going to make, you always just need to be aware of that downside risk, of that pullback potential. And I really hope that this can shed some light in that. Again, but if it does end up getting approved, then that means that coin and Mara might just potentially end up not only recover to highs of 187, but ultimately make new highs. But as of right now, market sentiment is very bearish on this Bitcoin spot ETF, according to the pending approval of the SEC. So just wanted to shed some light on what was going on and why it was happening, and I really hope that it answers your question. So I'm going to be going live with our LPP team for our live trading session in the next 20 minutes. I would love to see you there. So if you want to watch me trade live, where you get to see my entries, my exits, but most importantly, you get to hear my thought process behind every trade I take, it's the second link in the description down below. It's not for free. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access, but you'll get to watch me trade live every single day, and it's designed for complete beginners. So I hope to see you there. If you have any questions before signing up, shoot me a direct message via Discord, and that's the first link in the description down below. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and that's that fourth link in the description down below. I appreciate your time, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.